come here. It is so good to see you again. How have you been? I'm so pleased. Good. Yes, I've been well, thank you. It's been very, very busy in store, so I like to be busy though. It's much better. Absolutely. So, we spoke on the phone, didn't we? And obviously you have popped in so I can talk you through some of the things that I've picked out. Fabulous. Now, just to double check, I know obviously we've been working together for many years, but just to check, the gifts today are for a close female friend, is that right? Perfect. Okay then. Well, I've got quite the selection from jewellery to jackets, so a whole variety of things that hopefully will give you a great choice. Yes, definitely. I will talk you through, as always, everything, and then hopefully you may be interested in taking one today. Great. Can I get you a glass of champagne or tea, coffee, freshly squeezed fruit juice? You're okay. Very well. You know, as one of my favourite customers, I always like to make sure you're comfortable. You're very sweet. Right then, let's get started. So, what would you like to start with? Some jewellery, or I've got a couple of bags. Start with a bag. Good idea. So, you mentioned on the phone that she is rather partial to a bit of leather. Yes, girl after my own heart. So, I have picked out this rather lovely Osprey London bag. So, what I really like about this is the mix between the smooth leather and then more of this suede effect. It also has, if I bring it round, this lovely little tassel, and I think any on-trend lady would love this because tassels for autumn winter are a huge trend. So this is ultra soft, and you can remove this if you would like to. And then if we turn it round, we have this little compartment at the back, which is just, and pop it open, there we go, done with a little popper. I always think when it comes to bags, it's nice obviously to have your fashion bags, but it's also nice when designers pop in practical elements. So for this, obviously a compartment at the back is great for keeping things like keys or just easy access things, maybe a phone, and because it's on the back, it's going to be protected because obviously that side is held against your body. Exactly. So we just have a simple gold zip, and if I open it up, inside we have black, almost silk-like lining, and it actually has imprinted all in different ways Osprey London. We then have a little zipped compartment with the leather detail, which again I think is another practical little pocket. It's actually got inside, you'll find, as we both know, inside leather bags you may get a little patch of leather. I just think it smells so nice. Yes, exactly. Has to have that typical leather smell. Definitely. So I'll pop that back in there. And then coming round the other side, we have the foam pocket, or you could put anything in there, tissues, anything you want. And then just another open pocket there. So that is your first option. What do you think of that so far? Yes, I think she would like that, definitely. And it's a good size as well. I always think that's important to buy a good size of bag. Yes, definitely. So let me pop that one over here. Okay, we can come back to anything. Okay, so let's pop that there. Now, let's move on to something a bit different. I think we'll go for, let me have a look. Let's go for a lovely watch. So this comes in this rather smart black box, and this is by Emporio Armani. So let me get it out for you. I know you mentioned that she does quite like her watches, so I thought this one was quite a nice one. So inside the box you have this little extra container with the Emporio Armani printed along the top. So even if, I always think it's nice when designers do this, even if you wanted to get rid of the box, you still got something nice to keep the watch in. Exactly. So let's have a little look inside. So again, that detailed printing on the inside, and then of course we have the lovely little watch. Now I'll get this out for you. Place that down there. Okay, so as you can see, this watch has got the rose tone gold, and then it also has the little diamonds around the face encased in that rose gold. The hands are also rose gold, and even on the little winder you have the printed Armani logo. So just that little bit extra attention to detail I think is nice. Yes, no, definitely I can pop it on, that's fine. So I actually have, as you can see, a little other Armani one on, so I'll pop that off and pop your one on. So this has got this type of fastening. This is personally one of my preferred fastenings for watches because it's nice and secure, but it's still easy to get off and on. Yeah, so let's pop it on. So you simply pop it like that and like that. So as you can see, it's ever so pretty on. These types of rectangle and square face watches are all coming back in style. For years it was mainly round watches, but if you actually looked at a lot of the older watches, things like Cartier, you'll see that classic kind of shape. So all the designers and people on the high street as well are starting to bring back the square and the rectangle faces. You've seen her with a rectangle one. Yeah, exactly. I mean, as I say, I think anybody who is interested in fashion and trends, they're going to know what to look out for in regards to jewellery and, you know, what's coming back in style. So this is just a really, really lovely little piece. I'll pop it off for you again, just so we can see it more. So it does give you that little bit of glamour with the diamantes, and rose gold is our #1 bestseller at the moment. Yeah, it's so popular. I have to say it's my personal favourite at the moment as well. You know me, I love jewellery and watches. Don't get me started. Don't. Okay, so we'll pop this to one side and we'll move on to some other things. Let's pop that background there. And we'll just pop it back in the case. Okay. So, what would you like to see next? Yes, of course. I can show you one of the jackets I mentioned. So, let's pop that there. So, this jacket is, I would say, a must-have piece. Must have. So, let me show you. So, we have this beautiful, beautiful brown leather diesel jacket featuring this beautiful stud detail. Now, this jacket is extremely heavy to hold. I'll actually give you. Do you want to just take the hanger a sec? It's really heavy. Yeah, it's really heavy. But I always think, in a way, that shows a sign of quality. Now, leather-wise, I believe this is sheepskin, which is one of the more luxurious leathers. It's ultra soft as well. So on the back here we have the studs as well, which is really, really nice. And I love with these types of jackets, you have the natural kind of leather pattern. Now along the bottom here, to use my full strength, we have a little belt. Okay, now this is actually detachable, so you'll see we've got little poppers there, and honestly this is just a must-have piece. You could put this with jeans, maybe an all black outfit just to kind of make it pop. You could wear a little kind of girly tea dress with it and little boots, and this can kind of edge it up. So do you think this is something she would like? You do? I do. Well, it is my job. So yeah, it's just a really lovely piece. I think this is in a size medium, but obviously we can get her correct size. And yeah, I just think it's a wonderful piece. Brilliant. It will take you all the way through to spring, so from autumn to spring, and it actually feels very lightweight on. Of course I will try it on for you. So let me just remove the hanger. As you can see here as well, it's got this zip detail, and then just a little popper, a little bit stiff, and you could simply unzip that and roll it back if you wanted to. Place that back on. Okay, and then okay, so this is what it looks like on. As you can see, it's quite a good length. Comes to my hips, and I'm 5'4", so I don't know how tall she is. Okay, yeah, so it'd be pretty similar. Yeah, and actually on it's really nice, just like your typical kind of biker jacket fit. On the arms, enough room to get maybe a little jumper underneath. Yeah, it's just a really classic look, I think. As a gift, if you are buying somebody a piece of clothing, I think you want to go for, again, something that they feel comfortable in, but also something that goes with their style and, you know, it's very wearable. I don't think clothing wise you want to buy something that they would feel maybe they could only wear on a special occasion, you know? Exactly. And you know, I think you can't go wrong with a jacket, really. You can't. And again, a classic colour. This will go with most colours, so just really wearable, and you can actually undo it like this, so you can wear it a couple of different ways, so it's really versatile. You're welcome. So I'm doing well so far then. Good. So let's place this over here, and again we can come back to any of these things, of course. So let's try something a bit different. Now, I know we don't get much sun here, but when we do, you can't go wrong with a pair of designer sunglasses. You can't. So here we have, in this, I have to say, rather a lovely case. Again, this is a nice leather case with the little AM Eyewear gold logo on the front, and I love the way this opens. So rather than normal glasses cases that are just normal, kind of, you know, like a pair of glasses, this opens like so. So it's quite special, and then like this. So let me take these out and just show you this case, because obviously the sunglasses are lovely, but I always think, you know, somebody has bothered when they get things in nice packaging. It doesn't matter whether they have, you know, bought maybe an individual item and then put it in a nice box, or if it's something like this and obviously, you know, pre-packed. But I just think it looks a bit special, definitely. So it looks like that, and I just think it's just quite special with the AM Eyewear logo in. This is kind of a soft, creamy beige suede feel, and this has just got a little magnet under here. And what I really love about AM Eyewear is it's all about a story. So I believe it was started by one guy, and this cloth, which, as you know, you get the cleaning cloths in here, and you probably can't see unless you look really closely, but you actually have engraved in cloth throughout, down to about here, the whole story of how the company came together. Yeah, of course you can. There you go. It's really sweet. it's fascinating, and I really like when designers put kind of a little bit of themselves and their story into their pieces. Definitely. So, the sunglasses themselves are in this lovely black. Can't go wrong with black, really. And they're in this quite bold style. I can't remember the style name of these. Calmy, that's it, Calmy. These were seen on lots and lots of celebrities. And you have the little logo at the side, and then just printed on the inside as well. So I think these are just really nice, and I always call these my my kind of not hungover sunglasses, but just when I'm really, really tired, I pop these on, or maybe when I'm travelling, any time when I just want to cover as much of my face as I can. And really, you cannot go wrong with these. Would you like to try them on? Yeah, of course. There we are. They look amazing. Exactly, they are kind of unisex. These are obviously women's ones, but they do male and female ones, and honestly, I wear a lot of men's sunglasses sometimes. It really doesn't matter. Exactly, I think it's more just about, whether they suit your face shape. So yes, they are ultra dark. So as I say, really good for those very tired mornings. Yes, definitely. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, so that was something a bit different. Let's pop those back in there. So far, so good. Excellent. Now, I think what we'll do is move on to another bag. Yeah, I think so. So, now this one is a little bit special, and I know we said don't buy things maybe that you could only use occasionally, but I would have to make an exception for this piece because it's just a little bit special. So here we have this leather and crystal and mixed shell bag. So this is something a little bit different. You could, if you wanted to, use this on your everyday wear. Why not? I love a bit of glamour. But I think with a lovely dress, or maybe quite a striking trouser suit, this piece would really stand out. Yes, of course I can. So it's quite a deep bag, as you can see. So this is going to fit in any touch-up makeup, anything they need, phone, purse. It's going to fit it all in. We have this little push clasp at the bottom, and then inside, let me just remove the packaging so we can have a look. As with all of these bags, they come with these little dust jackets, so you'll have a little dust jacket like this, and then on the inside you've just got that really ultra soft leather, and just a little kind of not filled in pocket, but just a little opening where you could pop maybe tissues or maybe some sweets, anything like that. So there you have a rather glamorous bag. I'll give you a little hold of it. It is heavy, it's really heavy, but again, I think like the jacket, it kind of shows maybe more of a sign of the quality compared to maybe the high street pieces. Yeah, definitely. And you know, we all love a bit of high street, we love a bargain, but I think when it comes to buying a present, it should be something a bit special. Exactly. Oh, thank you. So yes, there we have the lovely bag, and these are all set in properly, so she won't get all the little crystals falling out. But actually, it's a mixture of kind of these clear, grey, kind of diamond-shaped crystals, and then more of the metallic hard silver. And then obviously the mix of the little stones, the kind of mother of pearl look, and obviously that continues to the back. And then of course we have the adjustable shoulder strap. So I just think, you know, this is a really, really excellent piece. It sits really nicely on the shoulder, really nicely, and you know, it's going to be perfect for the upcoming party season, definitely. And I think if she is somebody who really enjoys the special things, then she will even just enjoy, you know, admiring this in her wardrobe when she isn't wearing it. Yes, exactly. So that's another option for you. Let me pop that down there. Okay, so now I think we should move on to some jewellery. Yeah, I think jewellery can be a bit of a tricky gift because obviously jewellery is very personal. But I think if you know somebody's style, then it's always nice to have a go at buying something and it shows you've really thought about it. Now here in the store, you know that we stock a variety of new pieces, designer pieces and vintage pieces. And this here is a lovely little vintage piece. And it comes in this lovely little soft velvet box. I just think velvet boxes, I don't know, are just a little bit special. So this lovely soft velvet box, and then if we open it up, we have a charm bracelet. So let me get this out for you. Now obviously new on the high street, you have things like Pandora, and you can buy the little charms, and that's a very, very nice idea. I personally love vintage charm bracelets, and you can still get charms for them. So this one I picked out for you because you said she likes quite whimsical things, and I thought this was a little bit special. So it looks like this, and on it has a little boot with the mice, so I think that's lovely. And then you have a little horse rider with a little painted blue, white and red jockey. Then we have a little tiny ballerina and she actually has moving legs. If I can show you. So they just move slightly, which I think is a really nice touch. Then you have a little rabbit holding a little candle, and obviously all of these are gold. Now this is one of my favourites. This is a little windmill, and as you can see, it moves, which is really sweet. And it has, luckily, all 4 gemstones, but with some vintage jewellery and charm bracelets you can find pieces missing, so it's nice that this is complete. Then we have, if I move it around, we have a little cat and fiddle, which I think is really, really sweet. Trying to read what it says on the back of there, but I think it's just the imprint. And then we have just the little heart, which is a bit like the Tiffany heart that you get, that kind of shape, just like a little lock. That's more of a simple one, but I think it's nice in addition to the rest. I think the date on the back of there, I think that one says 1955. So if you wanted to get something that was a little bit different and she could still add charms to, then I think this is a really, really pretty option. Yes, and it's a good weight, as with, most gold bracelets and things, and all the pieces are really, really well made. Yes, definitely top quality things here. So let's pop that back in the box. I know you're on a bit of a time squeeze today, so we'll just go through the other ones. So, keeping with the jewellery theme, I have for you, if I can grab it, this beautiful gold and diamond locket on a beautiful twist chain. Now, I personally love a bit of sparkle. I know she does. So I think this is really sweet. And on the inside, you could pop a little picture if you wanted to. And this would have been, again, 18 karat gold. And it's on this beautiful chain. I always think you can tell the quality of a necklace by the chain often that it's on. Sometimes quite new designers tend to skimp out on the chains and they'll pop something really cheap on, which I think is a shame. It kind of ruins the necklace. So the length this hangs at, I'll just pop it round me. So it hangs about here. I think it's perfect against black. You can, of course, shorten the chain, or you could get a different chain and she could make it longer. The diamond in this is a really good size. It's nice quality. I believe it's the 5 C's. Don't ask me all of them, but I think 3 of them are, is it cut, clarity, colour and carat. Can't think of the other one, but this is really, really beautiful quality. And again, it's vintage, so we have some natural signs of wear, but when you are buying vintage, that's quite normal. but you know the piece has been well loved and enjoyed, and that I think is a good sign, definitely. So that is another option for you. Alright, let's pop that down here. We're doing really, really well. So I think we'll move on to, what should we do? I think we'll do for you just one slightly cheaper option. I know obviously you wanted more of a luxury selection, but I think this could be an addition to something. You know, I like to give you options. So here we have a lovely little Ted Baker purse. This is in this beautiful kind of purple pinky colour, and again with the rose gold Ted Baker fixing. We have the little zip on the back, and the lining that I can show you is little pugs with bow ties on. Some of them don't have bow ties, but some of them do. Little orange ones. And engraved obviously with Ted Baker. And then on the inside she could pop maybe her ID or a driving licence, anything in there. And then you have your card slots. And if I open up this bit, you could put change in here. You have an extra section as well. So it's a really good size purse, and engraved in it, I love it, says, Ted says, the more you give, the more you get. So with all of Ted's pieces, he tends to do quite fun things, and he'll put in little sayings like that. And this comes in a beautiful bright green box with Ted Baker in it. It's really pretty. So I just thought, as you know, you mentioned she does love shopping. You know, you can't go wrong with a nice purse. So I wanted to show you that. Do you think she'd like that? I think she would, and you know, there is nothing wrong at all with buying, you know, a more expensive item and a cheaper item as well. And this is still, you know, this is kind of what I like to call kind of high street designer. It's still not your Topshop maybe, or your H&M, but it's, you know, it's above that, definitely. Not that there's anything wrong with any of those, but if we're talking about, you know, gifts and luxury items, then, you know, on the high street, Ted Baker is available. And I just think for the price you get something a little bit different, a little bit special. And I know you said she particularly liked this colour, so I wanted to show you this one. You're welcome. So let's move on now to the final item, and this one I have to say is probably one of my favourites, purely if anything because of the way it comes. I think is quite impressive. Alright, so let me get that for you. Okay, so we have a Raymond Weil watch. Now, I said to you I like the way this is packaged, and I'll show you why. It's in this little cardboard outer blue box. It's kind of deep, quite expensive navy. It's got a really nice feel to it. And then if I lift off the top box, place that down, inside, similar to the Armani one, we have this inside here. Now this is a padded box with the Raymond Weil on, and then if we open it up, we have this really, really, really beautiful packaging. We have the cream leather on the inside. In here, I won't get it out for you, but it's a little box and it contains, all things about the watch and the brand. And then again, this is part of our vintage collection, so these are pre-owned pieces. And there's nothing wrong with giving pre-owned as a gift, especially if they're classic jewellery pieces and bags and things like that. That's not uncommon at all. Let's pop that there. And let me just take this off here. So we have this lovely, lovely little Raymond Weil watch. It's in the gold colour, just standard gold. And really, this is a classic piece. It's really, really pretty. Now, let me just slide it on my wrist. As you can see, it's a really pretty little face. It's quite small, but small watches are actually, again, coming back, and I'm really, really liking the trend. It's got a nice clear face with the gold hands and the Roman numerals. Just a nice classic gold winder, and then obviously the printing on the back. And it's just a really classic piece. This could be worn in the daytime, in the evening. You could pop on, because it's quite slim, you could wear it with other bracelets. Layering quite popular, so I think if we're talking everyday wear, real classic piece, this watch is always going to be a winner. Always. Yeah, of course. There you are. It is a nice way, yes. Really. Her watch collection is growing. Yes, I have to say, I think, I don't know if it's just me, it can't be, but I'm definitely a bit of a magpie when it comes to jewellery and watches, so no, it's not a surprise that her collection's growing. Absolutely, you can't go wrong, definitely not. Thank you. So, yeah, let's pop this back in the box. Now, that is everything for today. Have I tickled your fancy with any of them? Okay, wonderful. So you're quite interested in the charm bracelet. And the jacket. Wonderful. I think they are wonderful choices because, you really have the old, as it were, and the new. So I think together as well, they'll go absolutely perfectly. Let's pop that aside there. So obviously I need to get a new jacket out for you. We'll get one fresh from the stock room. And then you're happy to take the charm bracelet as it is, because obviously it is one of a kind. Perfect. Okay then, well, I will head up to the stock room and check the sizes available. It was, should I have a small? Yeah, that's fine. So I will get the small in that, and then I will come back down and I will wrap it all in beautiful tissue for you and give you some nice bags. Alright? It's my pleasure, darling. Always, always. Alright, I'm going to pop up there now, but in the meantime, just carry on chilling out, relaxing. Okay, help yourself to any of the biscuits there and water, anything you like. Alright, no worries. Okay, I will see you in a minute.